Welcome to everyone. In our previous class, we have discussed about Parseval's identity and there was a term uniform convergence of Fourier series. As some of you have asked me about this, so today we are going to discuss about your query, that is convergence of Fourier series. So, we talk about convergence of series at first. Suppose series n equal to 1 to infinity xn be a series. Then we have to construct a new thing, that is sequence of partial sum, that is Sn of the series, of the given series, where S1 equal to x1, S2 equal to x1 plus x2, S3 equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on. So therefore Sn equal to x1 plus x2 plus up to plus xn. Now series xn in from 1 to infinity is convergent if and only if the sequence of partial sums Sn is convergent, and series xn in from 1 to infinity is not convergent, that is divergent if and only if sequence Sn is divergent. Okay, so the convergence of the series is totally depend on the convergence of the sequence of partial sum of that series. Now come to the convergence of Fourier series of fx. So convergence of Fourier series of the function fx. As we know, if fx is our given function, fx is periodic with period 12, and if this satisfies Dirichlet's condition, on minus LL interval, open interval, then this implies fx has Fourier series representation and that is of the form a0 by 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity n cos n pi x by L plus bn sin n pi x by L. So this is our Fourier series representation, and now we are going to talk about the convergence of this Fourier series. So suppose our given function defined on this interval minus pi pi, that is here this minus LL, this interval is this. So in that case L equal to pi, therefore in that case Fourier series representation of the given function fx is of the form a0 by 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity n cos n pi x by pi, as L equal to pi, so pi cancel out, that is cos nx plus bn sin nx. So this is our Fourier series representation of fx if L equal to pi. Now here we discuss about this series. So series xn in from 1 to infinity. This series is series of real numbers where this each xn are real numbers, but this Fourier series, that is series of functions, fn x in from 1 to infinity. So this is series of functions fn x. So here we also construct sequence of partial sums, that is in case of this series we have to construct sequence of partial sums Sn x. This is the sequence of partial sum of the given series fn x in from 1 to infinity. Okay, so here our series is this, and we have to construct a sequence of partial sum of this Fourier series of fx. Okay. So now suppose this series, that is a0 by 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity n cos nx plus bn sin nx. Now this Fourier series of fx we write it as series n equal to 1 to infinity fn x, where the domain is x belongs to pi. Okay, open minus pi, this open interval, right? So we have to construct sequence of partial sum, that is Sn x of this series. So let's start. Here S1x equal to F1x, and F1x means A0 by 2 plus put the value n equal to 1 here. So we get A1 cos x plus B1 sin x. Similarly, S2x means what? F1x plus F2x. Therefore, that equal to F1x means this, right? A0 by 2 plus A1 cos x plus B1 sin x plus this F2x. That means what? A2 cos 2x plus B2 sin 2x. Therefore, again S3x equal to F1x plus F2x plus F3x. Now this is equal to A0 by 2 plus A1 cos x plus B1 sin x plus this term, that is A2 cos 2x plus B2 sin 2x plus the last term F3x, that is A3 plus A3 cos 3x plus B3 sin 3x. and in this way we get Snx, that is equal to what? A0 by 2 plus that is Snx means f1x plus f2x plus f3x up to fnx. So the term will be A0 by 2 plus summation k equal to 1 to n. We sum up from 1 to n terms, that is ak cos kx plus bk sin kx. So this is our Snx. Now this Snx we form in this way, we form this sequence of partial sums of the Fourier series of fx. So this is the sequence of partial sums of the Fourier series of fx. Now Fourier series of fx converges if and only if this Snx converges, that is Fourier series of fx converges if and only if this sequence of partial sum this converges, right? So this is dependent portion, that is the convergence of Fourier series of fx is totally dependent to the convergence of sequence of partial sum. Now convergence of, see, Fourier series of fx, I have told you that this is a series of functions. So convergence of series of functions. So there are two types of convergence of series of functions. One is point-wise convergence. Another one is uniform convergence. So at first we will discuss about point-wise convergence. So let's start. Number 1, point-wise convergence, short from PC. So if the sequence of partial sums of the series Snx is point-wise convergent, then we can say that Fourier series of the function fx is point-wise convergent. So if fx, now notice that if fx satisfies Dirichlet's condition on minus LL closed interval, as we considered L equal to pi, so I am writing that value minus pi. If fx satisfies Dirichlet's condition on minus pi closed interval, then we can say that Fourier series of fx point-wise converges. That is, now we explaining this part. So at first we take a point, let C be any point in between this, that is C be an arbitrary point in minus pi closed interval. Then limit n tends to infinity, Snc, that will be fc if the function fx is continuous where C lies minus pi open interval. Again, limit function, that is limit n tends to infinity Sn x, not limit function, limit n tends to infinity Sn x will be f of c plus 0 plus f of c minus 0 by 2 if the function fx is discontinuous at c. C lies in between minus pi open interval. So in this minus pi interval, at which point function is continuous, limit n tends to infinity Sn x, that is the sequence of partial sum, converges to fc. And if f is discontinuous at that point c, then sequence of partial sum converges to f of c plus 0 plus f of c minus 0 by 2, where f of c plus 0 is c, f of c plus 0, this means the right hand limit of the function f at c, and similarly f of c minus 0 means left hand limit of the function f at c. Okay, so when we are writing this, also mention that provided f of c plus 0 and f of c minus 0 exist. Okay, so this is pointwise convergence of the sequence of function, sequence of this sequence of partial sum Sn x, and as sequence of partial sum converges to this, so we can say that Fourier series of fx also pointwise converges to this, and that will be called the sum function of the Fourier series. That is, the limit of the sequence of partial sum of the series of function will be called the sum function of the series of function. So next I come to uniform convergence of the series of function. So let's start number 2, that is uniform convergence. Uniform convergence of Fourier series of fx, right? So Fourier series of fx converges uniformly to fx if this also depend to the convergence of sequence of partial sum. That is, this converges uniformly to fx if the sequence of partial sum Sn x converges uniformly to fx. That is if number 1 Sn x converges pointwise to fx for all x belongs to minus pi, and number 2 for all epsilon greater than 0 there exists a natural number m such that mod of Sn x minus fx less than epsilon for all n greater or equal to m. So see, Fourier series of fx converges uniformly to fx if the sequence of partial sums of the Fourier series of fx converges uniformly to fx. That means that these two have to be satisfied by Sn x. What is that? Number 1 is Snx must converge pointwise to fx for all x in the minus pi closed interval. And number 2 is for epsilon greater than 0, there exists a natural number m such that mod of Snx minus fx less than epsilon for all n greater equal to m. Now, if we think this second part geometrically or graphically, then this implies that each of the term of this sequence of partial sum, the distance in between each term and this fx are tending to 0. That is, each of the term are coming close to fx. If we take the value of epsilon 1 and then we calculate this distance of each of term of sequence of partial sum and this fx, then we can see that distance less than the value of epsilon. We can choose any number, we can choose the value of epsilon as smaller as we can choose. Then we so in that case also the distance in between each term of Snx and fx is less than of that value of epsilon. So this is the uniform convergence of the Fourier series of fx. And also see, this is the pointwise convergence of Snx, and we talk about all the points in between minus pi this interval. So what about at the two end points? So just see that limit n tends to infinity Sn pi, that is the right end point pi, that will be f of pi minus 0 plus f of minus pi plus 0 by 2. Similarly, limit n tends to infinity Sn minus pi, at the left end point the sequence of partial sum of the Fourier series of fx converges pointwise to f of pi minus 0 plus f of minus pi plus 0 by 2. So this is the value. Now we are talking about a example. Say example. So consider a function fx where fx is defined by 1 for pi by 2 less than x less than pi, and this equal to minus 1 for minus pi less than x less than equal to pi by 2. So this is our function. Now see the graph of this function. Suppose this is pi by 2, this is 0, this is corresponding minus pi. So the function value in between pi by 2 to pi is 1, and for minus pi to pi by 2 function value is minus 1, and at the point pi by 2 function value is minus 1, that is f of pi by 2 equal to minus 1. So now this function is periodic, piecewise continuous, has a jump discontinuity at the point pi by 2, okay, and also periodic with period 2 pi, and it has a finite number of relative maxima minima. So this function satisfies Dirichlet's condition on minus pi by open interval. So this function has Fourier series representation. Now also, moreover, this function satisfies Dirichlet's condition on minus pi by closed interval. So this function pointwise converges to these values. Okay. So just for example, see. So as in between pi by 2 to pi, this function is continuous. So in that portion, this function pointwise converges to the corresponding function value. Suppose this is the point C where this function is continuous. So at the point C, the sequence of partial sum of the Fourier series of this function pointwise converges to this point FC, and so on. Similarly, for minus pi to pi by 2 open, in this portion also this function is continuous. So if this is any arbitrary point D, then the sequence of partial sums of the Fourier series of fx converges pointwise at the point D to this fd corresponding function value. Now our point is, at the point pi by 2, what will be the value of this limit? So as we have to calculate this f of pi by 2 plus 0 and f of pi by 2 minus 0, that is right hand limit of f at pi by 2 and left hand limit of f at pi by 2. Now this first one, that is f of pi by 2 plus 0, this means what? If we consider this is x1, this is x2, this is x3 and so on. So see, if the points of the domain move towards pi by 2 from the right, then see the tendency of the corresponding function value. This is fx1, this is fx2, this is fx3 and so on. So if the points of the domain are moved towards pi by 2 from the right, then see the tendency of the corresponding function value, and this function value also tending to 1, as overall this portion the function value is 1. So here this f of pi by 2 plus 0, that is right hand limit of f at pi by 2, that is equal to 1. Similarly, if we take this point y1, y2, y3 and so on, and this is the corresponding function value fy1, fy2, fy3 and so on. So see, if the points of the domain are moved towards pi by 2 from the left, then what is the tendency of these corresponding function values? These function values goes towards minus 1. They are tending to minus 1, as in this part the function value is minus 1. So the left hand limit of f at pi by 2, that is equal to minus 1. And also see, by the definition of this function, f of pi by 2, that is minus 1. So f of pi by 2, this is equal to minus 1. Now we know that a function is called, that is f is continuous at the point A if and only if, by definition of continuity, if and only if f of a plus 0 equal to f of a minus 0 equal to fa. So if these three are equal, then we can say that f is continuous at A, otherwise f is discontinuous at A. So see, here these three are not equal. So this 3 implies f is discontinuous at A means at pi by 2, right? So at the point pi by 2, the sequence of functions this converges to that point, if fx is discontinuous at c in between this, so at the point pi by 2, the sequence of function converges to this value. So see the value. The value will be f of pi by 2 plus 0 plus f of pi by 2 minus 0 by 2. That is equal to, this is 1, this is minus 1. So 1 minus 1 by 2, that is equal to 0. So at the point pi by 2, the sequence of, that is limit n tends to infinity Sn pi by 2. At the point pi by 2, sequence of partial sums of the Fourier series of fx, this goes to, or this converges to 0. Complete. And similarly, we can find out the limiting point at the point minus pi and pi also, using this formula. At the point pi, this will be the limiting value. At the point minus pi, this will be the limiting value. So this is geometrical representation. Also, this right hand limit, left hand limit, this has epsilon delta definition. In our upcoming videos, we will discuss about all these topics, convergence of sequence, series, and more interesting topics. So today's class is over now, and keep watching. Thanks to everyone.